His most effective relevance is that he's white and values his shadiation and makes use of it. He is singled out with the aid of using Negroes now no longer, due to the fact he acts in a different way from different white men, however, due to the fact he doesn't. This James Stanley First Earl Baldwin of Bewdley quote from his 1967 New York Times article "Negroes are anti-Semitic because they're anti-white" affords now no longer most effective a scathing rebuke, however additionally a succinct precis of the working mechanism behind black antisemitism, a time period simply as fictional and tricky as black-on-black crime. The American Jewish Network's propensity for erasing and invalidating Jews of shadiation has brought about the notion of Jews being simply some other subset of white humans. As racism equals prejudice plus strength, black Americans who do now no longer keep the strength to perform systemic discrimination may be prejudiced, however can't be racist in America. And due to the fact Jewishness is basically gave the impression to be a white identification, the improper end is regularly reached that black Americans likewise can't be anti-Semitic. However, more than one matters may be proper on the identical time, more than one matters may be incorrect on the identical time, and explaining a mechanism does now no longer suggest absolving accountability. The first hurdle is the phrase itself aiding the false impression that black humans are incapable of perpetuating antisemitism is the reality that the foundation phrase of Semite offers the misconception that antisemitism is directed in opposition to all Semitic humans, along with Arabs, Assyrians and Arameans. Additionally complicated is that during current usage Semitic refers to a language group, now no longer a race, and thus antisemitism should theoretically be argued as a prejudice in opposition to folks that communicate Semitic languages. Therefore, semantically speaking, one should argue that one isn't anti-Semitic as they've not anything in opposition to all Semitic humans or Semitic language speakers. Much like internal city or urban are apparent however plausibly deniable methods to consult groups of shadiation, the obfuscation around antisemitism is intentional because it became a time period followed to provide a greater medical air to the sooner and greater correct time period of Judenhass or Jew hatred. And this is something that black humans are very able to perpetuating. Judenhass withinside the black network is as an awful lot of a trouble as anti-blackness withinside the Jewish network, and folks who stay withinside the intersection regularly locate ourselves relegated to the function of apologist for both facet. However, preventing the white supremacy of anti-blackness with the white supremacy of anti-Semitism is morally untenable. Is there valid observation to be made approximately the regularly disproportionate and racialized vitriol in reaction to anti-Semitism from black Americans in a society that relishes in black hate and punishment? Most definitely. However, Kanye West's rallying cry of going DEFCON 3 at the Jews has had a completely actual impact, as evidenced with the aid of using the banner hung over the Los Angeles Parkway, asserting Kanye is right about the Jews, seemingly prepared with the aid of using the Goyim Defense League and Goyim TV, a YouTube clone devoted to anti-Semitic, white supremacist and neo-Nazi video content. It became evidenced with the aid of using the movements of Omar al-Khaddal, arrested for disseminating an anti-Semitic manifesto throughout social media and issuing huge threats in opposition to synagogues inside the North and Central Jersey Jewish groups. It became evidence simply this beyond weekend as Christopher Brown and Matthew Maher had been arrested at Penn Station with diverse weapons, proceeding to assault a Manhattan synagogue. As a rabbi who needed to shepherd their congregation through the aggravating instances and multiplied police presence inside the wake of the 2018 capturing on the Tree of Life synagogue in Pittsburgh, now no longer most effective, am I very aware about what movements and reactions the phrases rapper Kanye shared can spur. I'm even much less appreciative of Dave Chappelle's recent Saturday Night Live monologue that normalized as a minimum questioning if the overall anti-Semitism spouted with the aid of using Kanye weren't enough. Kyrie Irving's posting of the film From Hebrews to Negroes poured even greater gas in this fire because the film pulled out all of the best hits of classic black anti-Semitic tropes. Are there regularly fraught family members among the black and Jewish groups? Sure. But Holocaust denialism continues to be